All right. My ground connection labeled L1, L2, load, surge protector, and 10-foot whip that they asked for is in the box. Let's package this up, send this out to Texas. Woo! Texas, Lone Star
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes. It is Hump Day, Wednesday, June 17th, 2026. Very excited because in 2 days, I'm hosting a dealer and demo day for the amazing products that we install from ACiQ. We're going to have hot dogs for free. We're going to have l'chaims for free. We're going to have French fries. And you're going to be able to get a special once-in-a-lifetime bonus on your first order if you're an HVAC contractor in New York metropolitan area and you come on down to the dealer demo day. Your first order, you're going to get on your hands and knees and thank St. Mike for hooking you up. I ain't fucking around. I'll try to beep that out before I post it and goes live. Yesterday, we installed a 3-ton ACiQ Extreme Plus heat pump inverter system. And let's just say it went foo-bar real quick. Foo-bar real effing quick. You know what? I probably should have known something was going to go wrong because we were kind of like done extremely early for this 3-ton replacement system with a hydronic coil. Man, it's a little before 12. We fire up. Derek installed the thermostat. I was done outside by like 9:45. And that's with taking the unit off the wall mount bracket, not once, not twice, but 3 times because I needed to make sure it was perfect. Let's just say we fired that bad boy up right around noon. It was going to lunch without us. Sure did. It went to lunch without us. We fired it up and it gave us an error like this and rotate on it. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, is this really the second unit in 16 months that has a problem out of the box, brand new on installation day? And it sure was. And it sure was. So we call up our priority hotline at ACiQ. Someone picked up in about 30 seconds. Not exaggerating. Not exaggerating at all. Her name was Alexia. And Alexia had a little sense of humor. Or let's just say she understood our lingo. Anyway, Alexia quickly diagnosed that main brick, that main giant power module. Technically, it was the inverter drive for the blower motor was kaput. But she diagnosed that brick. And then she heard us over talk in the background. Oh, you smell like something burning? I'm going to send you a brand new one. The whole brick, not just the inverter drive board for the blower. No, the whole thing. And I was like, well, Alexia. Now, like, she was on speakerphone. I was like, well, Alexia, that's all fine and dandy, but you're saying it's going to be processed for priority. Like, but when am I going to get it? Am I going to get it tomorrow? Or can you magically make it reappear like abracadabra? Boom, here's power brick. She starts giggling. She goes, hold on a second, let me try that. So, folks, I went to my shop, aisle 17, top shelf, section 4, subquadrant A, and blowing off the dust of the part. There's the box, by the way. ACiQ main board 3-ton. Comes with the parts kit. And let's just say 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, I was done swimming laps in my pool. Impressive. Well, when I was done swimming laps, I sent a text to Kevin. Kevin's the owner of ACiQ. Guy's a fucking genius, by the way. He's an electrical engineer by trade. Right? And I know what you're going to say. Oh, my God, Mike, how do you do electrical engineers? Those are the worst clients. Engineers, when you're going on a service call and you find out that they're an engineer, holy shit. You know it's going to be a fun service call. Guys, I have a homeowner client that is literally a rocket scientist. His trade is propulsion for space. For propulsion for not space travel, for aeronautical propulsion and aeronautical like engineering or some crazy shit. MIT grad and everything, man. And his wife's kind of hot too, by the way. I was like, there's no way he's hitting it right. Hope they're not listening to this, because otherwise I'll probably cancel that maintenance agreement. Or they may like invite me over. Who knows? For like tea and crumpets. Man, I totally went off the tangent. I'm sorry, guys. This is going out to Texas. I'm the devil. I called Kevin. I was like, Kevin, you know I love you, brother. No homo. And he's like, sure do. We're the strippers. I'm like, relax, not right now. I was like, one of the, the quality control was a little lacking. What do you mean? So I sent him a picture of that box sitting in the truck as I was driving it to the job, which was about a mile away, so it wasn't really too crazy, right? And he goes, main board, huh? I was like, yeah. I was like, I guess you got that one. I was like, what do you mean I got that one? I was like, well, it got missed in quality QC. I'm like, what? I got the one that was missed in quality control. Well, they pulled it from the production line, right? And, for testing to find out what failed. And when they pulled it, they pulled the wrong module out of the air handler. They pulled the wrong air handler off their assembly line, right? As these things are assembled in this giant factory on the other side of the planet, right? Everything gets turned on and tested and then runs through, checks. Well, when it failed, the machine pulled the wrong air handle off the packaging line, and it went there. And so Kevin knew about this, and he was like, well, it's going to pop up one day. Because apparently, and again, correct, I could be wrong, but consider this just hearsay. Apparently, the products that leave the plant go through so much quality control that's why they have a 0.03% failure rate after 12 months. Anyway, he goes, yeah, it's like they missed it. They pulled it, and then they reached out to the team over at ACiQ, the engineering team. It was like, listen, we missed one, and we don't know where it is. And sure enough, I got it. How did I get it? As the brand ambassador for ACiQ, I got the one that was missed. I said, okay. It was Mikey Pipes. But let me tell you something. 2 weeks ago, I got him, the fly. 2 weeks ago, and it took a lot of pressure from me to make this happen, guys. And I did it all for us, for me and for you. It was 2 weeks ago. The parts kit, everything's been packaged and ready to go. And we have them available. Like, wow. Yeah. And that's why yesterday turned out to be tits. And it really showed how much this company cares about their dealers and their clients and the homes and properties that the equipment is installed in. And it's like, wow. You know, like when you, even with, in my creativitiness, you know, you create that video and you're like, this is going to go viral, and it doesn't. And it's like, but it's so cool. And everyone who watches it says the same thing. And then it finally takes off. You know, it could be months, weeks, years later. This, I feel blessed with an opportunity to be aligned with ACiQ and to be the brand ambassador for them, man. I'm just a fucking, as you half you call me, I'm just a hack. I'm just a hack. But I love the product. We install it the right way. And we don't cut any corners. But I'm still a hack. Right? Come on. Give me a round of applause. Mikey Pipes admits he's a hack. It's plastic. I've taken enough of your time. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on Friday, Juneteenth. We're going to be celebrating Juneteenth. Is Juneteenth still a federal holiday? Let me look this up. Is Juneteenth. Yes. And Juneteenth is a federal holiday. Wow. Look at this. Juneteenth is an official federal holiday in the United States. Signed into law on June 17th, 2021. It is officially known as Juneteenth National Independence Day and is commemorated annually on June 19th. So banks and government is closed. However, no, post offices do not deliver mail, and the stock markets observe the holiday. Federal employees receive a paid day off, and retail and business. Most private business, retail stores, and restaurants operate on normal schedules. Correct! We'll celebrate Juneteenth here, starting at 11 a.m. when I get back from Brooklyn. And we're going to find at least one HVAC contractor who's going to come on down for Juneteenth with Mikey Pipes. And we're going to sign them up to become an ACiQ dealer. And this one dealer, I'm going to send a free ductless mini split to. That's what I'm going to do. If they purchase a piece of equipment and sign them to become a dealer. That's what I'm going to do. How's that sound, guys? If you're an HVAC contractor in the New York, Long Island metropolitan area, and you come on down to 1010 Central Avenue in about 2 days from now on Juneteenth. In case you don't know what Juneteenth is, it's Friday, June 19th, starting at 11. Come on down to Pipe Doctor Home Services. And if you sign up to become a dealer and place an order, not only are you going to get that crazy bonus on that first order, but I am going to give you a free single zone ductless mini split system. And then I'm going to tell you the price of it. And then you're going to fall on the floor and thank me twice. And you'll be like, Mikey Pipes, I've been installing blah, blah, blah all these years, and I've been getting sodomized by the distributors, by the manufacturers. And I'm going to say, be sodomized no more. Saint Mike commands it. Catch you in the next one. Be well. God bless. Stay safe.